Hi, it's Mike Snyder with USA Today, and I'm here with Michelle Phan. She is going to be talking here at South by Southwest about how to be sincere with your social media. Michelle, thanks for taking time with us.
Thanks for having me here.
So how can I be more sincere on my social media?
Well, you're already a sincere person. You know, you keep it real with me, and I think that's the key to keep it sincere online, is just to be authentic, to be yourself. I know people think that when the camera turns on, they have to put on a face or put on a personality, but people love sincerity. They love authenticity. They love someone that they can really relate to. And so I always tell people, just be yourself. They'll accept you, and if they don't like you, who cares? You're going to have other people who will like you for who you are.
Are there certain networks that you should be on to get across certain things about yourself?
You know, I always tell people, dip your toes in the water before you jump in. And so if you're a writer, try out Twitter. If you're a photographer, try Instagram. If you love video and you love making content, try YouTube. I mean, there's so many different platforms where your content can live on, and just tweaking it a little here and there and seeing what is really sticking with your audience.
If people aren't familiar with you, tell them a few of the things you do on YouTube. I know you do makeup, you do ways to de-stress yourself, things like that. Talk a bit about that.
Well, I've been doing YouTube for a while. I would say around 8 years. This year would be 8 years being on YouTube. And my content is really dictated by what my viewers want to watch. And so when I first started, it was beauty, it was makeup tutorials. But now it's evolved into beyond just beauty, where I'm teaching my followers how they can find their inner beauty. And so a lot of lifestyle tips, how to build self-confidence. I do a lot of Q&As where my followers, they ask me really personal questions like, Michelle, I feel so insecure when I see all these beautiful girls on Instagram. How do I build self-confidence when it's so hard because I don't look like them? And I give them real advice like a big sister. And I believe it's going to constantly evolve as I grow older, and I hope that my audience can grow old with me.
What's the most popular question you get from people? And what is their biggest concern, you think?
It's different every year because my audience are growing, and also I'm getting a new demographic too, and so I'm getting younger demographics, and of course my demographic who are the same age as me, they're always asking different questions. But as of lately, I've been getting a lot of questions on how do I become successful online? How do I build my business? I want to be just like you, Michelle. I want to be able to be in control of my own destiny. And so I've been giving a lot of advice on how one can build their brand online.
Well, and you have a book out, which basically you kind of begun to take that whole message and give it to people, right?
Yes. I'm a huge believer in sharing and passing down knowledge, because that's the greatest legacy you can ever leave behind, is to pass on that torch and to give that light, that knowledge to the young generation, the next generation, so they can carry on that torch. And I decided to write a book, and a lot of people thought, wow, that's so backwards because you're so digital. However, I think there's something really beautiful and tangible about holding a book and knowing that these pages are filled with words that are coming from me. And the book did really well. I wasn't expecting it to do well, but it did really well, and they really resonated with the book.
Well, thanks for bringing your advice and knowledge to South by Southwest here in Austin and to USA Today.